Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing good. Today we'll be making a quick tutorial on how to make this. I don't even know if to call it hoodie crop top. It's a boxy crop top, but this top is everything you need. It's very simple, easy to make, and you can rock it with skirts, any skirt of your choice, shorts, biker shorts, and pants like jean trouser. Like, it came out really beautiful and I love it already. So please, before we do, please make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you. So the first thing is to get your crop top length where you want your crop top to stop. Mine is 19 inches. Both the folding and everything is 19 inches. So you get your 19 inches, then you take your shoulder measurement, or you take your across shoulder measurement, that is from your back to where you want your sleeve. But I got my shoulder measurement and I added 7 inches, extra 7 inches allowance. If you notice, you know that it has a shorter sleeve, a together short sleeve before they join the hoodie, uh before they join the other one. So from there you go down by 1 inch, that is for your shoulder slope. Then you determine the wideness. If you notice, you will notice that all the sleeve and the half length, that is the top length, is almost together. So from there I went down by, I got my sleeve at 15 inches because I don't really want it to have a space. The next is to get your waist measurement. You don't need to measure your bust, but you can measure your bust, but there is no point because it doesn't have any bust measurement. So whatever you have there, you measure your waist. Now I got my waist measurement. I added extra 3 inches allowance because it's free, the waist is not tight. So watch the way I'm going to connect it. I connected it slantly. This top doesn't have this thing, armhole. Then I used 3 for my neck width. For the back I used 1, then I used 3 for the front steps. So I connected it. It's more of like a turtleneck, so you wouldn't want it to be that wide. And I used a stretchy fabric. 4 years of fabric can make this for you if you're making the 2 piece, but 2 years can make the top for you. So you connect your shoulder slope, connect it to the neck, then to the sleeve part. Here you are done with this top, but you can decide to curve it a little for the sleeve. So I connected it with a dotted line. I had to extend that line a bit. So this is it. Please remember that you're cutting on fold. So I use my shoulder just to maybe give it a little curve, which is not really necessary. Connected it with a dotted line. So this is the outcome of the top. Like, is this simple? This is what you just need for the top. This is it. So this, you just curve it and cut it out. So once you are done with the back, sorry, once you are done with the front, you place it to cut the back. It's just the same thing. So the only thing that is different there is the neckline, which you know that the back neckline is always smaller than the front neckline. So that is just it. Once you have it ready, this is what you should have. So I'm not cut the front neckline here, the front neckline. I'm going to cut it down. Okay, the front. Next is to cut the sleeve. So you're join the shoulder this way. Join it. Join the shoulder. But we'll be attaching the sleeve before cutting it out. Media have heard the statements that you've made. And the best part is, they leave those here. Now, for everybody who's more articulated of the attack, and one pop available. Oh, join the shoulder. Now to cut out the sleeve, remember that we added 7 inches. That sleeve that you extended, you have to minus it to get the full length of the sleeve. So the full length, the total sleeve and that I want to use is 25 inches. And remember that there's this thing, I'm going to add cuff to the down part of the sleeve, so a band, something like a band. So I will minus that 7 inches from 25, then I'll minus another 3 inches for the down part, for the cuff part. So whatever you have left, that is what you are going to use as your sleeve length. Depends on how long you want your sleeve to be. Then the wideness should be the wideness you place your top, the sleeve part, to cut out the wideness. This is how your sleeve should just be this straight. So you determine the width, like the wideness of the sleeve that you want. I use the wideness is 13 inches. Then the upper part, this is the part that you are going to be attaching to the shoulder, to the sleeve. Remember there's no armhole, so I'm not creating any armhole. So the wideness, then the down cuff part is 9 inches wide. Please, this should be on fold if you are cutting it. So this is the way you are going to cut it out. This part I'm cutting now will be the part that you are going to be attaching to the shoulder part, like the 7 inches. That is the part you are attached. So when you cut it on fold, you will not get the midpoint, then you notch it. So this is how it's going to be. This is how we are going to place it on the sleeve. This is how it will look. So the next thing now is to cut it on your fabric. Please, it should be on fold. We are cutting on fold. So here is how you're going to cut it on fold. I'm cutting one part of the sleeve now. It should be on fold. Pin it on your fabric so that it doesn't move. Then cut exactly. You don't need to add any allowance again, but you can add allowance when you get to this place. Now you can add a little allowance so that it will rhyme very well with the top armhole. It doesn't really have any armhole, so you notch it. The notch part is where you are going to be attaching to your sleeve, to that 7 inches sleeve part. So you open it up. So this is how you're going to attach it. The shoulder, the two shoulders. The next thing now is to get your sleeve, the notch part, trim off any excess. So the next thing is to get your sleeve. This is the sleeve, the notch part. You place it this way. You place it also this way. So you sew with a round sleeve with a straight stitch, and same thing here. After doing that, I will close it up. Also close it up. So the next thing now is to cut the round sleeve. The round sleeve. So to cut the cuff, sorry, the cuff, not the round sleeve. So to cut the cuff, you should have it like this on fold. You should have it on fold. You should have the fabric on fold. So to get the cuff, you measure around your wrists. That is your cuff part or wrist. Whatever you have, I have 8 inches. 8 divided by 2, I will have 4 inches. So the length of my my cuff or wrist is going to be 4 inches. Then remember that is 6 inches, like 3 inches. So you are going to measure 6 inches. Remember that we minus 3 inches for the cuff, so we are going to get for the band. So I'm going to mark 6 inches upward, then 4 inches by width, 6 inches by length. So you cut it out. This is how it should look. You cut it out, place it on your fabric, cut 2 pieces of this. Remember that you're not going to add any button, and it will not be open like a shirt, like as if you are making a shirt. So you should try and use the stretchy part. And please, if you are recreating this, you should use a stretchy material that will give you that is the only material that will give you what you want. So you should use, if you are especially if you are cutting the band, please use the stretchy part. Check the part that is stretchy. So this is the part that is stretchy. I'm cutting the the 2 sleeves together now, the 2 bands together. So when after cutting it, when you have it, just the upper part is going to be open also. So just trim off any excess. So this is this. If you open it up, then you fold it. That is, if you put it on fold, that is how it's going to be. But first of all, before doing that, you have to open it up, sew it straight by length, close it up straight by length. So that is the next thing now is to cut the band. Close up this part. So here I have it. So I have it. I'm here to close it, but I've attached one part of the sleeve, the band, and I'm here to show you how it looks. So this is the inside. This is the inside, and I close up the sleeve. Then I'm gonna have to attach the band. So you attach this way. You attach this way. So when you open it up, you should have something like this. You should have something like this. So you should have something like this. So I'll put it on my sleeve to show you how it will look. This is it. This is it. So I'll attach the strip. So to cut out the neck band, because neck also has this band, just your normal t-shirt band that you add to the neck. So this is it. You measure around the neck of your top, whatever you have. Let's assume it's 20, you divide by 2, that is, you have 10 inches. So it should be 10 inches on fold. Then the length of this should be 2 inches. So when you open it up, when after joining it you have 1 inch, don't make it to be too high. Then you just notch the middle, you hold and notch the middle. You will notch 4 parts, you fold it and get the middle, then you fold it again to get the midpoint. That is the part you are going to be attaching to your neck. So I folded it the first time to get the midpoint, then I folded it again, making it 4 times to get the midpoint. So I have the 4 midpoints. That is how you are going to be attaching it to your neck. Then you also bring your top, fold the neck, fold the shoulder, bring the shoulder close, get the midpoint. Also get the midpoint of your back neckline, get the midpoint of your front neckline. Then those notches, also notch every part. Then one then place it this way. See the way I'm placing it. That is how you should place it. Make sure those notches matches very well. Doesn't matter if it's not long enough or if it's not wide enough, just make sure that those notches matches very well. That is just it. So just get the midpoint at everything. You also do the same thing with the band where you are joining the neck. Now that is how you are going to join your band, the sleeve band. Though the sleeve band will be more complicated because the sleeve is too wide for the band. Remember that your wrist is small, so this is like a sweat top, so you don't have to make the sleeve to be tight, but the cuff should be tight. So when you are fixing your cuff for the sleeve, you should drag it very well for it to contain everything. Or if it doesn't contain, it depends on how wide yours, you can pleat it a bit, like you can just give it a small pleat for everything to end. So just here I've placed it on the notches. Then mine came out like the band was too wide. I had to cut it again to trim it off again. So you just make sure you measure around your neck very well. Maybe my tape, the tape that I was using, caused the mistake. So but yes, I was able to amend it very well. So this is how, after sewing your sleeve, this is how you are going to open it, then fold it in again. You should have 3 inches. Whatever you do, have 3 inches. Get the midpoint, the first midpoint. This is not easy, like it's not easy the way you are seeing it. So you just have to try and do it very well. So get the midpoint, the notches. That's how you are. Then close up your sleeve, also match the knot, also get the midpoints, the 4 midpoints. So when you get it, you place your sleeve, your band, and match every notches and hold it down with a pin, then sew round. That is just it. This is how simple this top is. So guys, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.